Allow me to start this day off with some Bo Burnham-like cynicism, but Black edition. You know, we already know, like, just from life experience, just like from observing around this time of year, you know, Black History Month, that this is the time of year where everybody pretends to care that Black people exist, about the struggles of Black people, whether it's school, like finally including us in the history of this country, which is funny because we literally built this country on our backs, or if it's like particularly, you know, large corporations and companies like pandering to the African American population. One time I swear to God, in Walmart, in the beauty aisle section, like there was like a pyramid of Palmer's Cocoa Butter and a sign on top that was like Happy Black History Month. And I think at Bath and Body Works right now they have like watermelon scented candles for Black History Month. But holy shit, I'm here to tell you firsthand. Like, it's one thing to observe it, you know, as a consumer. It's one thing, right? But now that I am what people might call an influencer, I feel like at times, I do partnerships and stuff. And now I'm at this point in my career where I talk to some pretty big influential corporations and people and stuff, which is really cool. But I'm here to tell you, and I don't like, not to say too much, if you think it's bad the way that you're observing it as a consumer, as a Black influencer, it's insidious. Like I said, you see it from the outside, like it's so obvious, but the way that large corporations approach people like me, and you'd be surprised who they are, especially in the industry that they're in, that you think like you should care way more, or you should at least handle this better. It is insidious. It makes me feel dirty. I cannot tell you how torn I've been over the past few days of just working on things, or like just negotiating things in which I feel like I'm being asked to perform my Blackness, and in the way that sometimes these people will not even outright come to you and like not even give you the courtesy of being like, hey, we want to do this to observe Black History Month. We want to, we want to talk about this particular subject, this and that. Like, not even coming forward, like, to clearly even say that. I'm talking about, like, just being like, oh yeah, here's a campaign or whatever, and you can do whatever you want, and then you do whatever you want, and then it's like, actually, can we go more in this direction where you perform your Blackness? Basically, like I said, not to say too much, but like, actually, because that you were hoping I would come to that on my own, right? You were hoping that I would come to that on my own, and now it's feeling very Blaxploitation-y, and I'm just like, I'm in this place, like, I was hesitant about even doing a rant about this, but I don't feel any type of way of doing a rant about it because I don't plan on ever doing a campaign like that in any sense, you know, because like it like I'm not going to perform my Blackness for you and pander to a demographic that I'm already a part of. Like, me existing as a Black woman should be enough. Like, it should speak for itself. But no, it's not. It's like, no, they really do want you to go a step further and pander, and I'm just like, no, because number one, you guys know that's not my fucking brand. My fucking brand is brutal fucking honesty from me to you, and vice versa, whatever. That's my fucking brand. And I would never put anything out there that insults the intelligence of my community, for one, that compromises what I stand for, that is just does not even feel like me. And I'm like, you, and on top of that, I'm like, as a large corporation, like, you really don't see how, if this is put, if this social media campaign or whatever is put out, like, how badly this could reflect not only on me as an influencer and a public image, but on your fucking brand. Like, I don't know how stupid you think my people are that they won't see through this, you know? Not to say that, you know, I'm not going to ever partner with anyone during Black History Month. You know what I mean? Number one, a bitch has got to eat. And number two, there are ways to do these things in which it's actually, you know, respectful and observatory of the month, even though at this point I'm like, Black History Month really does very little for Black people anyway. It's more a stage. It's more of like a Super Bowl of marketing for companies and corporations to perform on for 28 days to act like we are a demographic that they give a fuck about. Like I said, but not to say that I'm not going to ever partner with someone, but I'm like, all I'm saying is that the level to which the sneakiness, the pandering, the just insulting of my community's intelligence, of my intelligence, like, you know, it's really, really insidious. I mean, I already didn't really have, you know, much faith or hope in a lot of the mechanisms of the world, but it's 5 days into Black History Month, it's gone to a whole new level, and that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That if you guys think that it's bad the way that we've just been observing it, just like I said, as consumers, as someone who has transcended from consumer to promoter to influencer, it's bad. It's really bad. It's really, really, really bad. And navigating it as a Black influencer is so frustrating. Blood pressure rising, which is doubly bad because high blood pressure is a big problem in the Black community. So, God damn it! It's bad, guys. It's so bad. That's all for now. I'm not performing my Blackness for anyone. Not performing it. You know? Like, when I talk about my Blackness, it's on my terms. And when I do it in a comedy sense, it's on my terms. I don't like the way my and our racial trauma is expected to be used as a mechanism to sell products to our community. That some of them are products that are really great, that we may need, but the way they go about it is so insidious that I can't even, it disturbs me. It really does. So keep your eye open there. I guess. Like I'm not performing my blackness, and I've had a lot of mutuals be like, don't you dare feel like you gotta jump through hoops and shit this month, which I'm gonna tell you guys the same thing. You don't, and I will not. When I talk about shit like this during this month, it'll probably be complaints, because no feel good shit at all. Not that I ever really did any, not that I ever have done much feel good shit on here. I'm like, oh, kumbaya, no, I'm like, no, it's gonna be shit that I'm like, no, we need to have a sit down and talk about this. Or more so, like, you need to hear what we, Black community, have to say about this. And I'm going to create a safe space for us to talk about this, because in the real world, we can't, and nobody gives a fuck about what we think or our humanity in general. So, yeah, so it's bad, guys. It's